You know, we all represent something. All of us in this world, on planet Earth, we represent something. We stand for something, we believe in something, and that's okay. I mean, that's normal. We all have something we look forward to. We all have something we tie ourselves to. But we represent something. For some of us, it's a sporting team. For some of us, it's a political party. For some of us, it is our faith. But not many of us understand why we represent things we do. Not many of us understand why we tie ourselves to the things we do. You understand what I'm saying? And that is why I represent truth. Now, it doesn't mean I don't represent other things. It simply means that truth is the highest representation there is. Because once you say you love and you have love, you represent the truth. But the argument is, what is the truth? There are many ideas, there are many debates speaking to this concept of truth. But I just want to speak about truth as it relates to an undeniable event, a factual event based on evidence that is irrevocable, that is cannot be challenged. And the reason I represent truth is because I have been lied to. And if you have ever been lied to, you can attest to what I'm saying here. I want to enjoy life, yes, and I'm sure you also want to enjoy life. But the reality is that we have many obstacles in our way of us enjoying our lives. We have many things we face and many challenges to overcome in order for us to enjoy life. Right? So, in representing truth, you'll make enemies, you lose friends, but you'll also be free. You'll have a clear conscience, a pure mind and spirit and heart. Even if the truth hurts, it is still the truth. And while you might not want to offend others with the truth, it's better to cause a little offense than to live a lie. Where am I going with all of this? I'm looking at the events around me. Recently, I was watching a video on YouTube with a doctor by the name of Dr. Sebi and another rapper who was speaking about a documentary he was planning on doing about Dr. Sebi. There are conspiracies surrounding the death of both of these individuals. Dr. Sebi died in prison from what they said was pneumonia. A man who claimed to have had the cure for AIDS, cancer, diabetes, and a list of other ailments. The rapper was shot 6 times, 5 times to his body and once to his head. What is the truth regarding this matter? What could cause these two events to link, and why does it even matter? You see, when you represent truth, you go beyond the surface level. You go deeper, you search wider, and you try as best as you can to eliminate all biases. I don't know these individuals personally, but from what I have seen so far, they were representing truth. Another way to describe truth or to define truth is that which is consistent with facts and reality. That's not my definition, by the way. I borrowed it from Dr. Ray Higgins. I am on a journey where I am forced to challenge my belief systems. And as a result of that, I've been exposed to many things that the church I was a part of would not appreciate me being exposed to. But I cannot keep silent any longer. It's like fire in my bosom, so to speak. I can't help but speaking and sharing, because many people are dying and hurting all over the world, innocently, senselessly murdered, slaughtered for what they represent. You see, it's easy to go to a football match and cheer on your team. That's just a game. It's easy to put on a green or orange shirt, t-shirt, and go and support your party. It's easy to cheer on the best school challenge quiz team or American Got Talent. It's easy to vote for these things, but it is not easy to stand up for truth. What am I saying? I'm saying that we are living in a time and in a world where the truth is actually stranger than fiction, as some people stated. I'm saying that we are living in a time where the things that we should be elevating are being put under the rug, and the things that we should be burying are being elevated. What am I saying? I'm saying that our churches, our schools, our banks, our education system, linking back to our schools, our monetary system, are all keeping us in this matrix. I am married and I want to have a happy marriage. I have loved ones who care for me and who I care for. But I cannot sit down idly by and keep my mouth shut because it is not directly affecting me. But it is indirectly affecting me. All the atrocities that are happening around us are affecting me. They are affecting you as well. What are you willing to do to help to be a part of this change? Because what I see happening is we have most, in Jamaica here, we have more churches per square mile, it is said. This is a historical fact. Yet we are the most violent country. One of the most violent countries in the world. I don't sit here as someone who's perfect and have it all figured out. I have my faults and my flaws, but what I'm saying is you represent something. And I'm asking if what you represent worthwhile. Is it worthwhile? Because I said I represent truth, and it means I had to question my religious beliefs. I had to question my faith-based systems. I had to question my brought up, say, the things that I was brought up believing. I had to question my church, my God. Because I'm representing truth. And when I did that, it caused me to rewire my brain and the processing of my thoughts, that I could look at the world around me and see exactly what was happening, and take away myself from fancy fables. You see, we don't want to face reality. We'd rather live a lie than to face the truth. We'd rather be told fancy fables than to accept hardcore facts. Dr. Sebi died in prison, as I said, because I believe he was putting a dent in the pharmaceutical industry. So much so that even his content, one YouTuber has claimed while browsing his website, even his content, Dr. Sebi's content, his products on his website are unavailable. Whenever the YouTuber tried to access his product, he was directed or redirected to a error page. The rapper, who was intending to do a documentary about Dr. Sebi's healing methodologies, was gunned down. And we are to believe that both these incidents are common assault, and that there is no conspiracy behind it. It's just one of those things that happen to people every day. We are to accept that these men were not targeted because of what they represented. As I said, truth. So I wanted to think about what I'm saying. Once you represent something that goes against the grain, that goes against the tide, that goes against the custom, that goes against the paradigm, that goes against the system, you will become a primary target. But that's okay. It's okay to die for what you believe. But make sure that what you believe is the truth. And I know I'm going to get flagged for saying, what the hell is the truth? You're living your truth, allow others to live theirs. But let me ask you this. Can what you believe be changed? If the answer is yes, then that's not the truth. The truth must be consistent throughout time. It's timeless truth I'm talking about. And how I see things today is that we are in a war, or our minds are pulled into this matrix. Our consciousness are being hijacked for us to sway in a particular direction. And if you do not question the things around you, if you do not assess what is happening around you and to you, then you'll be swept away with quote-unquote every wind of doctrine. I'm not religious anymore, but I'm a very spiritual person. And I'm not holier than thou. But I'm trying to be very conscious in my living today. I've learned good things in Christianity, but there are some limitations that I will not disclose here at this moment. But I have created a website to share my life with the world. And if you want to learn more about me and what I'm about, you are free to go to www.cremarco.com. There you will learn a little bit more about what I represent. And there you'll get the opportunity to share your ideas, that we can have a conversation. Because my friend, We pass through this cycle of life once. We don't have two lives here in this dimension, as far as I'm concerned. So no one life we have here. And if you agree to that, you'll know that we have to make use of every time we have. Every time we have today is precious. It's precious time. And I want to live my life representing the truth. I want to share ideas that will inspire change for good in the minds of those who take part in this. I want to help those who are lifting the banner of truth high, lifting the banner of justice high, lifting the banner of peace high, lifting the banner of love high. Not talking about religiosity here. Not talking about any religion here. Right? I kind of have a type of disdain towards religion, but I'm not going to throw it out altogether because nothing is altogether bad, in my opinion. But what I'm talking about is for us to look at what we represent and see if it is worth dying for and if it is worth living for. Because I don't want to die and not leave a legacy behind that others can learn from and benefit from in a positive way. You see, I don't want to just go through life doing the mundane things, having a house, having a job, having some money in the bank. All that is good. But what I think is more important than anything else is for us to know who we are and why we're here. Why are we here? What is going on? Why are so many innocent people being killed? Why is nothing coming out of it? Why are we allowed to watch these people die and nothing happens? Nothing, there's no justice, there's nothing to say these perpetrators behind these crimes will face their justice, their judgment. I represent truth, and I just wanted to know from you, what do you represent? Because if what you represent is limited, truth is a broad topic, and it can spur many ideas. It can cause many debates, and because some people think truth is absolute, like myself, and some people think truth is relative. But what I want to leave with you is the idea that if you represent something that is not truly fulfilling because it fades away after a time, then you need to reassess what it is that you represent. The seasonal things of life, to me, are nothing. I want to represent something that is lifelong, that is long-lasting, that is always going to be there. I want to represent something that will be around when I'm no longer around. Dr. Sebi, the rapper, are examples of those who represent truth. He was teaching healing principles through diet, through the foods that we eat. I don't know much about the rapper, but the connection between these two individuals is that Dr. Sebi had teachings and had herbal remedies for AIDS, cancer, diabetes, as I said before, and all of that. And the rapper wanted to push this man's work some more, and he just died. He was shot 6 times. These men, among others, many others, are sending a message to the world. They are not the only one. You can be that too. I am going to be that change I want to see in the world. And no death, no fearmongers will scare me or stop me. I'm going to leave you with this. Let knowledge be your path to true freedom. Peace. I'm out.